Hi, my name's Anne, and today I'm going to be telling you about the process to become an FBI agent. So, the FBI does get about 10,000 applicants a year, and they only hire 500 to 75 of those applicants, according to the criminal justice school. This is important because law enforcement is something we need, whether it be a cop or an FBI agent. We need someone to solve the cases and get closure for the families, and to protect us. I have researched this topic for a few weeks and have gathered this information from a few reliable sources. With that being said, I will cover the requirements to become an FBI agent and what happens once you're hired as an FBI agent. So let's start out with the disqualifiers. According to Quartz magazine, you can't be over the age of 37, have any felonies, even if it was when you were under the age of 18, unless they were expunged. You can't have any drugs within the past 3 to 10 years. The 3 years is for marijuana and 10 is for any other drug. This is even if it's legalized in your state, you still can't have it come up on your hair strand test from the past 3 to 10 years. You have to be caught up on your taxes, and you can't have tax fraud or anything like that. You can't be backordered on your child support, or before you do get accepted, you would have to pay all that child support back. And once you know you haven't met any of the disqualifiers, you can move on to the requirements. So, according to the FBI's website, you do need to be the age of 23 to 36. You do have to have your bachelor's degree. It doesn't have to be in criminal justice. You just have to have your bachelor's degree. You have to have your driver's license for at least 6 months or more with driving history. You also don't want to have too many speeding tickets or anything like that. That doesn't look good. You have to be able to pass your background test and your drug test, and most importantly, your fitness test, because the fitness test is one of the hardest requirements to meet at the FBI. So right here, these are the requirements for the FBI. So you do take your fitness test twice. You take it once just to meet the basic requirements for all the process. And then before you become an actual appointed officer, you take the fitness test again. So there are 5 categories. So you have your push-ups, your sit-ups, your pull-ups, your 300-meter, and your mile-and-a-half run. The pull-ups are more of an optional thing for tactical teams. So if you're doing intelligence, you won't have to do the pull-ups. But most people just go ahead. So if you're not doing the pull-ups, you do need 20 points to pass the fitness exam. So you have to have at least 5 points on each of them. And if you do score in between the categories, they do appoint points according to their standards. And after you've met these requirements and know you have met none of the disqualifiers, you can move on to your application process. So first, right off the bat, they're going to screen you for all those disqualifiers that you stated you didn't have and make sure that that's true. Once you've gotten past that, you're going to go and take a 3-hour exam. It is multiple choice fill in the blank of, your math, your basics, your law enforcement, all that fun stuff. And then you're going to go fill out your paperwork, your W-4s, your insurance, just all that stuff that's not very fun. And then you get to more of the fun part. You do get to go have a meet and greet with all the other FBI people who are applying to become agents. You have a meet and greet with them. You meet all your higher ups. You learn a lot. And a lot of people say that it's one of the things they remember. After that, you do take a written assessment, just like any exam you would do in high school. It's written. And then you do take your fitness test for your second time. So you need that 25% improvement from the first time to the second time you take it, just to satisfy all the requirements. And then after you've gone through all those steps, you become a conditioned appointed officer. This is when you're unofficially an FBI agent. After you reach that point, they are going to do a more thorough background check of you. So you have your security interview to make sure that you can pass the security clearance as high up as it needs to be. You have your polygraph test, your drug test, your fingerprints. They do pull a credit report and all your checks. And they do an extensive interview with your former and current colleagues, neighbors, friends, professors, bosses, pretty much anyone that would know more about you that they can't find out. And then you do go to basic training. And so I have a short video that does show some of the stuff that they do. during basic training. So as you can see in the video, they do quite a bit of all that stuff. So you do 20 weeks of training and to become a special agent, and then after being accepted in the FBI, and they do 800 of instructions hours, and then you are there again for 20 weeks. FBI, day one, you start with your fitness exam. And then you go into the one program, which is 3 days long and just explains everything that's going to be happening. And then they do combined training for intelligence and special agents, so the other one understands the other job. And then pictured here, we do have Hogan's Alley, which was made in 1987, and it's a mock training town, so they do have a bank, houses, food places, pharmacies, so that they can practice and be well prepared when they get out in the field. Now, when you are officially an FBI special agent, you get placed at one of the Quanticos, and all of your training is done at the Quantico in Virginia. And we do have a headquarters here in Idaho. It is in Pocatello, Idaho. Today, I covered how to get into the FBI and the process once you get accepted into the FBI. These are all the steps you would need to take to get into the FBI. Even if only 700 of the people out of the 10,000 get in a year, you can still say you tried to get in. So get out there and start training.